Namaskar, my name is Vishal Mehra and you have just tuned in to the introductory episode of the Indian AdGeek. Yeah, that's right, you heard the name correctly, AdGeek. Because, well, that's exactly what I am. And if you're listening to this, chances are you might be one too. Or maybe you just accidentally clicked on something intriguing, in which case, stick around. So, who am I? I am the geek who's been in love with advertising since childhood, as his first love. I'm the personification of that kid in school who wasn't just watching cartoons for the plot, but was actually rewinding the VCR, yes, that old, to rewatch the commercial breaks. While my friends were debating the merits of He-Man's power sword, I was analyzing the jingle for Melody Hit Chocolatey? True story. My love affair with advertising started early in a world of blurry CRT screens and ridiculously catchy jingles. It was less about the products and more about the magic. How did they cram so much story, so much desire into 30 seconds? It was frankly baffling and utterly captivating. In school, while other kids were trading cricket and trump cards, I was collecting stamps and WWE trump cards and second-hand Archie's magazines to go through those colorful ads. I remember plenty of Kellogg's ads from those days. My notebooks had more doodles of imaginary brands than actual class notes. I guess you could say while others were prepping for board exams, I was prepping for the boardroom of an ad agency. Fast forward through awkward teenage years, slightly less awkward college years, and here I am, 18 years deep, in the glorious, messy, exhilarating world of advertising. 18 years. That's almost 2 decades of brainstorming sessions powered by questionable canteen coffee, late nights fueled by pure adrenaline, and maybe a few energy drinks, my colleagues will attest to that, and the sheer, unadulterated thrill of seeing a campaign you poured your soul into actually work. I've been in the trenches, in the war rooms, occasionally in the fancy boardrooms as well, and I've seen this industry evolve faster than a trending hashtag. And by the way, now I lead an integrated creative agency called Popcorn. Now you might be thinking, another podcast about advertising? Don't we have enough gurus telling us about the latest trends and creative hacks? And you'd be right. There are some fantastic shows out there and I listen to them religiously myself. But most of them dive deep into the creative genius of the campaigns, about the latest tech, so on and so forth. While the creative is the heart and soul, advertising is, at its core, a business. A big, complex, fascinating business. And that, my friends, is where we are going to park our metaphorical auto rickshaw. The mission of the Indian AdGeek is to pull back the curtain not just on the what and how of great advertising, but the why and the how it makes money. We'll be talking about the business models, the economics of agencies, the client relationships that make or break campaigns, the glorious and sometimes frustrating world of media buying from a business perspective, the impact of data, not just on targeting, but on profitability, and basically on the nuts and bolts that makes this circus run. We will dissect case studies not just for their creative brilliance, but for their business impact. We will chat with folks who are shaping the business side of the industry, of the Indian industry. Think less how to write a killer headline, though that's very important. And more, how does a killer headline translate into actual ROI and business growth? And trust me, there's a lot more to advertising than 30 seconds that we see on television or the pop-up that interrupts your YouTube video or now your Amazon Prime Video even. There's a whole world behind the scenes, budgets, strategies, client calls, and yes, the occasional existential crisis over font choices. Tell me about it. Now, some of you might know my voice from somewhere else. If you're a fellow traveler of the skies, you might have come across another passion project of mine, which is now India's top aviation podcast, called the Indian AvGeek. Yes, from tracking flight paths to tracking consumer behavior, my brain clearly operates on a unique frequency. But in both worlds, there's a shared fascination with complex systems, incredible engineering, be it mechanical or psychological, and the sheer joy of geeking out over something you love. So, if you have enjoyed the deep dives and slightly obsessive analysis on the Indian AvGeek, get ready for a whole new flavor of geekery, this time with more market segmentation and less turbulence. We will be exploring the landscape of Indian advertising with its unique challenges and incredible opportunities. We will talk about global trends through an Indian lens and hopefully have some insightful guests, maybe even a few legends of the business sharing their wisdom. So buckle up, or I guess earphone up. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss out on an episode. Get ready to get your geek on, your ad geek on. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next episode with our first talented guest. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and remember, in the world of advertising, there's always more than meets the eye.